I'm not really a fan of when women put on makeup or fake nails or whatever to make themselves appear more attractive, because I think women are naturally beautiful, and it really upsets me that we live in this world where they feel like they need to look better than they actually do, just to garner favor or opinion or whatever. It's not like, okay, so I'm not trying to curry favor here from any particular group of people. I'm just saying to myself out loud that not only do I think it's upsetting that women feel like they need to do this, but they kind of do have to do this because I don't know. It just maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's just the way it seems. But it seems, well, first of all, yeah, that that's all true. But it seems disingenuous as well. Like, it's almost like lying about who you are. It's like if I wore a big, goofy, weird number 1 finger on my hand everywhere I went, and then people would assume that, like, I'm a big sports fan because of it. And I'm like, you know what? Sports are alright, but you know what? This isn't really me. This is just how I like to present myself to other people. And they're like, well, why are you doing that? That's weird. That's strange. That's a strange thing that you're doing. I don't get it. I don't get it. You should be arrested, man. You should be arrested. And you know what? They're right. They're right. I should be arrested for doing something so superficial. Okay, here's a weird thing about these. For whatever reason, whenever I die in this game, I never remember which way I'm supposed to be going from the checkpoint. Maybe that's me. Maybe that's just my problem. Maybe I've got a brain tumor that tells me that I'm wrong half the time. I'm gonna vomit. I'm gonna vomit it out of my mouth. It's gonna happen live on camera, and you're gonna see it. You'd be like, "Ew, that's gross. Why would you vomit? Ugh, that's gross. Ugh." And I'm like, you know what? I wasn't going to vomit, but since you made a big fucking mess of it, because for whatever reason you said that it's unnatural for a man like me to vomit out of my mouth, I'm gonna do it anyways, because I'm not here to be subjected to your standards of beauty. That's not me. That's not who I am, brother, friend, boy, little boy, small boy who watches Lilo and Stitch. Here's a fun fact. Lilo and Stitch, right? You know, the classic Disney children's film, Lilo and Stitch. It was released in June of 2002, a couple months after September 11, 2001. And the scene where Jamba steals the alien spaceship, he actually stole a 747. And instead of flying around through the mountains of Hawaii, he was actually flying around through a city in Hawaii with a bunch of fucking skyscrapers all over the place. And they edited the whole scene, and it's very obvious because what they did was they didn't necessarily redo the whole scene, because the character animation was all still the same. They just redid the backgrounds and stuff so that it was what I said instead of what it used to be. So it didn't look like Al-Qaeda was hijacking an airplane in Hawaii and slamming it into Mount Kawaiki, Alai, and then claiming that Saudi Arabia did it or Iraq did it and then going to war there. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not what happened. I'm sorry. Did I miss something? Oh, okay, never mind. Was that offensive? If you're American and that was offensive, please leave a 5 in the comments down below. I don't know. I'm personally of the mindset that anything is okay to joke about. So long as it doesn't offend the Jews, because they will shut you down. That was also a joke, so sorry if any Jews are listening. I'm half Jewish myself, I can say that, it's fine. Just like I'm half black, so I can say nigger, and it's fine too. And I'm also half Chinese, so I can say chink, and that's also fine. And I'm also, what else am I? I'm half Italian, so I can say wop. I'm half Irish, so I can say potato farmer. I'm half Mexican, so I can say spick. It's fine, you know what? I'm not trying to curry any favors here, but I can say all those things because I am those things. And that's how it is in this world. It's like if you're only allowed to eat saltines if you're white. That's just how it goes. You know what? I don't make the rules. I merely enforce them. I go to people's house and knock on the doors. I look in their cabinet and say, "Do you have any saltines in here? If you do, I'm going to take them. I'm going to take them and I'm going to pour water on them so you can still have. I'll give them back after I'm done. But whether or not you want to eat them is another matter of debate, because they're going to be gross and soggy And you're not going to want to eat them. But you know what? You're going to have to. If you want to eat that Campbell's Chunky Chicken Noodle Soup in your fucking fridge, in your Lazy Susan. What's he doing, I wonder? What a dick. Why would he do that? That's mean. Well, aren't I just the biggest fuck up of all time? Hey, you jackass. You cunt. Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Nitrous Brio. Do you like my beakers? I made them myself. My dad gave them to me. I made them myself and my dad gave them to me. You might be wondering, how is that possible? I'll tell you. Through love, through magic and love. They really dropped the ball with this fucker, this Frankenstein motherfucker. He helps you in the second game. I don't know why he's being a dick now. He doesn't like cortex. He doesn't like frontal cortex. He doesn't like parietal lobe cortex. He doesn't like Wernicke's area cortex. This game's fucked up. So, okay, anyone wondering, if I was going to rank Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and 3 in terms of playability, I'd say number 2 is my favorite in terms of challenge, number 3 is my favorite in terms of content, and number 1 is probably the worst. I like the racing game a little bit better than the first. Okay, the racing game, okay, here's how it goes. Crash 2, the racing game, Crash 3, Crash 1. That's how it goes. In that order. He says dough, like the Homer Simpson from the Simpson program. He drinks the Duff beer. And he works at the nuclear power plant, mixing chemicals in beakers. That's what he does, with gargoyles on the wall. He's a really cute man. He's got a cute plant. He's got cute hands. And he's a cute man. I think I'm going crazy. I think there's something wrong with my brain. I'm okay with that, though, because that means I can get a new one. I can get a brain transplant. Just go to braintransplant.com. Go to tigers.com. I bet they got something good there for me. You know what I like about these old games, these Crash Bandicoot games, is that you can hide on the side of the level and like avoid obstacles legitimately that way. In the second game, the first level of the second game, it's possible to avoid those pits with the fucking little raccoons inside of them by just jumping off the side. And like there's no penalty for it either. You can just do that and it's not a problem. Not a problem at all. And I don't want to be tooting my own horn here because it's a big horn and I don't want to toot it too much because I'll probably hurt it. Get a sprain on my wrist or something like that. Oh, what a hard level. Thank you, Tawana the Bandicoot. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your services here. You know, it's been a fun couple of hours trying to rescue you from the evil clutches of Dr. Neko Cortex. That's Japanese for cat. We already talked about that. Going back. Okay. So Walmart likes to sell fake products, and you might be thinking to yourself, well, why is that relevant? Okay, well, the summer's coming up. Listen, summer's coming up real soon. Oh no, I got electrocuted! Oh no! Summer's coming up, and they're going to start selling you fake products that contain aloe vera, which is a type of seaweed or something. I'm not exactly sure. Or no, you can keep it in a potted plant in your kitchen. Yeah! Fun fact to you, that's called the Howie Long scream. It's from a 1980s film, and it's very commonly coupled with the Wilhelm scream, which is from like a 1940s movie where some fella fell off of a horse or something like that. I don't know exactly. He was trying to mount the horse with his penis, and then the horse was like, no, I'm going to come inside of you. What the fuck am I talking about? Okay, I don't want to alarm anybody, but I was just talking about nothing, and then like I came back into reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, you saw him mad, but he knows he can't give up that easy. He goes back to his mobile home. That's when he back to the lab again. Yada yada yada. Yes, I'm a rapper, by the way. I'm a white rapper in the style of Eminem. Give me a topic to rap about, and I'll rap about it right now. Cartoon cats. Hey man, there was a cartoon cat. He told me, boy, you looking a little fat. I told him, you know what, it's going to be a long time till you can tell me that that's okay to say that wrong. And it's fine if you think that you can say those things to me and I think you're really gay. But it's fine if you want to know how to act. Listen to me. I'm a motherfucking cat, yo. Check it, check it. And that's my cat rap. Yeah, copyright SparkleDart 2017. Can't have it. Can't have it. It's mine. You can't have it. I'm going to take it back if you try to take it from me. It's copyrighted. Go check out Victory Records. Go talk to Tony Brussels. He's going to tell you, no, I own that rap, but I allow them to play that song. And they're like, oh, really? Really, that's how this works. They wrote the song, but you allow them to play it. Or, yeah. That, essentially. Okay, this is a mystery. There we go. I fixed it. Yes. Okay. I thought I solved the equation, the puzzle that nobody could solve, not even the smartest man in the world, Albert Einstein. Listen. I don't need to take this. You know, this is abuse. This is abuse, and I do not stand for this sort of treatment towards animals. This game, PETA, I'm PETA now. I should be being paid to protest this game. I don't understand how protesters work. Do they not have, like, houses or homes or, like, cars or student loans or anything like that? Like, how can PETA possibly exist in a world where everybody is bogged down by the burden of debt and bills and shit like that they have to pay for all the fucking time, but they can't afford it because their job doesn't pay them enough because they took a job using their degree in fucking like women's sciences or the underwater basket weaving competitions and stuff like that, or advanced Smash Brothers down air techniques or something like that, you know? Fucking I'm gonna swear. This is the part of the game where, like, I start getting really quiet and reserved and apathetic because I'm mad. You know what? I'm mad. And I'm not going to stand here and take this anymore. I'm a man who doesn't deserve this sort of fucking treatment because I'm a man who has worked hard for everything he has in his life, and people keep coming to my door. My debt collectors keep coming to my fucking door saying, "Hey, Sparkle, you need to pay fucking bills. I'm gonna pay my fucking bills. Well, as soon as you fuck off, you learn how to fuck off. I'm gonna pay my fucking bills." Sorry. I went into a dark place. There, and I'm gonna reel it back a little bit, not too much, because I feel like I shouldn't have to reserve myself too much on my own show, where I talk about things that are hilarious and I make people laugh and smile and wish that they had me in real life as their friend, that we could go down to the drive-in movie theater and see a 2-for-1 showing of The Adventures in John Carter, which were in theaters at the same time. But we can't do that because I'm not your real-life friend. And listen, if you want to move here, where I live, the Midwest, I live in the Midwest. Come here. We're going to live together in a house. We're going to get an apartment together. We're going to be roommates. We're going to start a sitcom about our lives. It's going to be real fucking funny. You're going to get a job in a box factory. I'm going to get a job in an office. And then we're going to be white collar, blue collar. That's the sitcom premise. I'm white collar, you're blue collar. We try to get along, but at times we don't because you're messy. You like to leave the toilet seat down. I'm clean. I leave the toilet seat up. I piss in the sink. I didn't want to tell you that, but now that we have to air our dirty laundry, I piss in the sink. That's how it happens. That's where the magic of the series comes from. Every joke in the show is going to revolve around the fact that I piss in the sink. And you might be thinking to yourself, how can you make a whole show about that? I'm going to tell you this. The whole show isn't about... Oh my god. I can't believe that this has taken this long. So I mentioned before that I recorded Crash Bandicoot the First several times in the past. I believe this is the third recording. I don't remember specifically. I think this is the third one. The first one of the three that does not have face cam, so I will probably wind up using this one. So, if I had to, okay, we're down about 20 lives now. If I were to, oh, I remember why I didn't upload the first one. It's because I was playing this level, and I wound up getting a game over on this level, even though probably down from like 99 lives. I don't recall specifically because that was a long time ago, but as far as I remember, that's about how this went. That's about how this went down. Like I said, Crash 1, least favorite in the series. The trilogy, the original trilogy.com, Star Wars, the first trilogy. Let's review that. Let's see if I have time to review the fucking Star Wars trilogy in the time it takes me to beat this level. So, Star Wars, Episode 1, A New Hope. Luke Skywalker comes out of his mom and pop's dirty fucking mud house. He's covered in mud, he's covered in bugs, the spiders crawling out of his nose. He's like, okay, Uncle Owen and Aunt Peru want me to go down to the fucking droid market with the Jawas and he'd pick up a droid. So he does that, and he gets R2D2 and C3PO, or as I like to call him, the Gold Menace. And what he does with those two is he takes them back to Uncle Owen's house, and he gets back there, he finds out that Uncle Owen's been fucking destroyed in a fire. He's a skeleton now. He's a disgusting skeleton. He's got a permanent shriek on his skeleton face. And Luke's like, oh no, Uncle Owen, Aunt Beru, how did this happen to you? I guess all it took was a Star Wars review. So if you really want me to keep doing the Star Wars, I'll keep doing the Star Wars. I actually don't remember how any particular one of those movies go. But you know what? I'll keep trying because I love you so much, you little babies. That was difficult. Uncle Owen, Aunt Beru, they're dead. He's gonna go, Trash Can, the robot, points out a little blue man. He says, hey, Luke, listen. You ain't Uncle, they're dead, they're dead now, but guess what? There's a prophecy you have to fulfill. So come to Vega 4, Luke, come to Vega 4, or whatever. You know what? Do that if you want. I'm not going to force you. I'm not going to twist your arm or nothing like that. But listen, you know what? We've got circus peanuts, not actual peanuts, but like little candies, those little orange candies that you can get in the store brand packets. They're really good. You like those, right? Circus peanuts. Oh, you used to like them when you were a little kid? Not so much anymore? Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to twist your fucking arm or nothing like that. But I was just wondering if you really wanted to, come here and do that. We could do that. And then he goes and meets old Ben Kenobi, Obi-Wan Kenobi, in the flesh. He's naked when he gets there because he just got out of the shower. And then it's like, okay, you really couldn't have, you called me here, and then you, I got that all wrong, by the way. It was Leia that was in the trash can robot. And she's like, help me, Obi-Wan, you're my only hope. And then he finds Obi-Wan Kenobi, they go clubbing, they go down to the old discotheque. They have a good fucking time. That's how it happened. If I had to recount, that's pretty much the whole trilogy right there, actually. Down to the T. I don't really think I've seen the movies enough to give a very detailed synopsis of them, but I will tell you what movie I did watch today. I watched Freddy Got Fingered, and it was about a movie. The Tom Green, he wanted to be a cartoonist, and then he went crazy, and then he jerked off a horse and an elephant, and what else did he do? He said that his dad fingered his little brother Freddy, and then he got $1 million and he went to Pakistan and he jerked off the elephant, and then it was all good. And then the guy came out of the plane, and then the motorcade hit the little boy, and that was the whole movie. If you really if you think you're gonna learn anything if you think you're gonna learn anything from watching Freddy Got Fingered that I didn't explain just now, you're not going to. But I will tell you that it stars Rip Torn and Tom Green. Rip Torn, of course, being the Patches O'Houlihan from Dodgeball, the famous movie starring Vince Vaughn and Ben Stiller, and they get a little dodgeball tournament. I saw that movie in theaters, and there was a little advert that played before the movie. There were some Indian men crouching behind a rock, and then you hear like a cell phone going off in the back of the movie theater, and then all the buffalo run away, and then the Indian men turn towards the camera and they go, shh, and then some creepy black lady says, man, you got to turn off your cell phone. And then I turned off my cell phone because the black lady told me to, and it was really intimidating. If there's one thing black ladies are really good at doing, it's intimidating little white boys like me. they always come up to me in memory of Tae Min Kim. Maybe if you didn't have a stupid name, people would care. Black ladies are really good at intimidating me. That's why they're really good at like seducing me in casinos when I'm playing the penny slots. They come up to me and say, sugar, you playing that penny slot? I got a slot you can play. And then I'm like, okay, you want to show me where it is? And then she takes me up to a room, and I end the episode right here. Goodbye, mwah!